everyone. My name is Heath Burchett, the founder and director of Watchmen of the Streets, and just wanted to share a quick word from the Watchmen update along with the devotional, and hopefully you'll be inspired by the words and connect and get a better idea of who we are, what we do together, and what we're able to do with your help. And so if you have a few moments to listen to this, I hope that you'll be blessed. And we can't thank you enough for your support. We need it now more than ever. So thank you. I'm going to be sharing from Jesus Calling, part of my devotion today. So I'm going to have my devotion with you. August the 30th. There is no place so desolate that you cannot find me there. When Hagar fled from her mistress, Sarah, into the wilderness, she thought she was utterly alone and forsaken. But Hagar encountered me in that desolate place. There she addressed me as the living one who sees me. Through that encounter with my presence, she gained courage to return to her mistress. No set of circumstances could ever isolate you from my loving presence. Not only do I see you always, I see you as a redeemed saint, glorious, radiant in my righteousness. That is why I take great delight in you and rejoice over you with singing. What a wonderful word for us to receive today, and I hope that you'll receive it for yourself. Thank you for being a part of my devotion with me today. And I just want to pick out a couple of parts of it. That there is no place so desolate that you cannot find me there. You know, sometimes we feel like we are in desolate places in different areas of our lives. Sometimes we feel out in the wilderness, we feel all alone, and yet we know that God has not left us there. And then it said, but Hagar encountered me in that desolate place. And a lot of times we do. We, at our lows, we can, even when we feel like God's rejected us and abandoned us, He's there, and we can encounter Him in wonderful ways. And I just think about our homeless neighbors. I mean, talking about a literal desolate place, just kind of like in the devotion for Jesus Calling. I mean, sometimes people have nice looking camps. Sometimes there's trash. You know, it's desolate. There's tents falling apart. It's a miserable life for many, sleeping on the streets with no covering, needing tents that have zippers broken, and it goes on and on. Not to mention all the hardships of life and the heat, and mosquitoes or the cold, and then just trying to walk from place to place and get meals and look for a job and housing and all of that stuff, which almost seems insurmountable at sometimes. So, you know, it's interesting that even in those desolate places, God shows up. And He shows up through Watchmen of the Streets as one way. I mean, I know that He meets people where they are in the wilderness, all alone, in solitude. But a lot of times He reaches people through other people, and you're a part of that. You are the people. You are Watchmen of the Streets. Whether you go out with us and we need more volunteers, or whether you're giving us tents and supplies and funding, we need that, so that in that desolate place we can be that catalyst, that conduit of where people feel God's presence, and we feel God's presence as we go. And we're feeding off one another because we're built for a relationship. And so we believe in this ministry. And so the other thing is that through the encounter with my presence, she gained courage to return to her mistress. You know, through the presence of God, we are able to have strength. We are able to have courage. We are able to do the next step and have hope and love and encouragement. And so, you know, we get to be a part of that. We get to be a part of ushering in the presence of God. Not that we're the presence of God, but we are carriers of the presence of God if God lives in us. And so, and then just the gifts given. I mean, you know, every good gift comes from God. And so even the things that you give show God's love. And so we just ask for your continued support. Hopefully that this has blessed you in a personal way, but also just a reminder of what you do and who you are as far as Watchmen of the Streets, and what an impact it can make of people living in desolate places, feeling God's presence and making the next step. because of his presence and love that's shared through tangible items and through our volunteers and through all your prayers and all that you do for being a part and a partner of Watchmen of the Street. So thank you so much. Please continue to do that. And we welcome item drives. We need items more now than ever. And you can go to watchmenofthestreets.com and do a donation right now of any amount. And we would sure appreciate it. But anyway, we love you. We hope that you have a blessed day. Thank you.